Samar didn't lose his friends in one day, and that's exactly why he didn't notice it until it was too late. It happened quietly. First, they stopped waiting for him. Then, they stopped asking about him. And one evening he saw them laughing together, just like before, except this time, he wasn't part of it. No fight, no argument, just distance. And that's when it hit him. Sometimes you don't lose people because you failed. You lose them because you grew. The village sat between dry fields and a narrow road that connected it to the nearest town. In the mornings, you could hear temple bells, and in the evenings, the distant sound of tractors returning home. Life here wasn't bad. It was predictable. Nothing changed here, and that's exactly why everything was slowly getting worse. Samar grew up in a small farming family. His father believed in one rule: don't risk what you already have. It sounds wise until you realize what it actually costs you. And that belief shaped everything. Every season, the same crops. Every day, the same routine. Even friendships followed a pattern. Every evening, Samar met Ravi, Mohan, and Shyam under an old banyan tree. They shared tea in small glasses, talked about rising costs, unpredictable rains, and how things were getting harder every year. But no one really tried to change anything, because deep down, comfort had become more important than progress. At first, Samar never questioned it, but slowly, he started noticing something others ignored. The soil wasn't the same anymore. Rainfall patterns were shifting. Costs were rising faster than income. And one evening, while everyone laughed about another bad season, Samar didn't laugh, because for the first time he realized staying the same was also a risk. The change didn't begin with action. It began with curiosity. Samar started visiting the nearby town on market days, watching how other farmers worked, listening to conversations. He even spent time at a small agriculture center asking questions no one in his village asked. That alone made him different. Then, one evening, he said it, "I'm going to try a new method this season." Silence. Ravi chuckled. "Now you've become a big expert?" Mohan shook his head. "People like us shouldn't experiment." Shyam added quietly, "If this fails, don't expect help." Notice this carefully. They didn't debate his idea. They attacked his identity. Because when one person tries to change, it threatens the comfort of everyone who stays the same. Still, Samar went ahead. He invested money he couldn't easily afford, changed crops, adjusted irrigation methods, and without realizing he broke an unspoken rule of the group: stay the same, so we all feel safe. The shift in relationships wasn't immediate. It was subtle, then sharp. The jokes changed first. "Careful, don't become a city man. Next, you'll forget us." Then came distance. One evening, Samar walked to the banyan tree. He saw them sitting there, laughing. He slowed down, expecting a gesture, a look, a call. Nothing. For a moment, he stood there not sure whether to join or walk away. Then Ravi glanced at him and looked away. That was enough. Samar kept walking. And that night, something broke inside him. Not anger, belonging. At home, his father noticed the change. "You're working harder, but you look more tired," he said. Samar didn't answer, because how do you explain that the hardest part isn't the work? It's becoming alone while doing it. And the worst part? There were still no results, just effort and silence. The progress didn't arrive dramatically. It showed up quietly. Healthier crops, better yield, lower waste, small wins, but consistent. Then one day, something unexpected happened. A trader from the nearby town visited his field. Not the usual middleman, someone who supplied to bigger markets. He offered a better price, more than Samar had ever received. Word spread fast. Now the same people who ignored him started watching him closely. But here's the part most people misunderstand. Success didn't repair anything. It created discomfort. Because now, Samar wasn't trying, he was proving something. And proof forces comparison. A few days later, Ravi came to see him, not casually, carefully. "You've changed," he said. Same words, different meaning now. Samar looked at him for a moment, then replied, "No, I just stopped ignoring what needed to change." Ravi didn't argue, because deep down, he understood this wasn't about farming anymore. It was about choices. And from that day on, they didn't fight. They didn't reconnect. They simply drifted into different lives. Here's the truth. Most people avoid growth doesn't just change your results. It changes your relationships. Not because you become arrogant, but because your priorities shift. Your standards rise. Your tolerance for staying stuck disappears. And slowly the people who once felt like your world no longer fit into it. That's not betrayal. That's alignment. And if you keep waiting for everyone to walk with you, you'll never move forward. Now Samar understood he didn't lose his people. He outgrew the Huinge version of himself they were attached to. Until next story, remember, not everyone you start with is meant to walk with who you become.